How much money do you actually need to earn to be considered rich in the UK? Most people would probably say 100 grand a year, but earning six figures does not automatically mean you're living like a millionaire. Once income tax and national insurance have taken their share, your mortgage has been paid, and the cost of living in the UK has finished with you, that 100k can feel very different from what you imagined. So in this video, we're going to look at the three income levels that separate Britain's highest earners from everybody else: the top 10%, the top 5%, and finally, the top 1%. We will look at how much you need to earn, how much the government takes, how much reaches your bank account, and whether each level genuinely makes you rich. And the final number is probably much higher than you expected. For these calculations, I'm going to be using the latest available HMRC income data and the current UK tax system. This assumes that you're employed, live outside of Scotland, and have no student loan and make no pension contributions. Let's start with the top 10%. According to the latest official figures, you need a total income of approximately £67,400 a year to enter the top 10% of UK taxpayers. That means you're earning more than around 9 out of every 10 taxpayers. On paper, £67,400 sounds like a very strong salary. It works out roughly £5,617 every month before deductions, but you do not get to spend £5,617. The first £12,570 is covered by your personal allowance. Then you pay 20% income tax on the next portion of your income and 40% on the earnings above £50,270. At this salary, your annual income tax bill would be approximately £14,392. You would also pay around £3,359 in employee national insurance. That means more than £17,700 disappears before the money reaches your bank account. The actual take-home pay would be approximately £49,650 per year, or around £4,137 per month. That's obviously a good income, but is it rich? Well, that really depends heavily on where you live. Someone earning this amount in a cheaper part of the country could afford a comfortable home, invest every month, and still enjoy their life. But someone living alone in London can easily spend £2,000 or more on rent before paying council tax, energy, transport, food, and everything else. You'd be doing better than most people, but you probably would not feel wealthy. You could afford holidays, a decent car, and regular meals out, but you would still need to budget. A large mortgage, childcare costs, or an expensive lifestyle could make $67,000 feel surprisingly ordinary. This is the first important lesson. Being a high earner and feeling rich are not the same thing. At the top 10% level, you have comfort, you have options, and providing you control your lifestyle, you have a serious opportunity to start building wealth. But you're probably not rich yet. Now let's move into the top 5%. To enter the top 5% of UK taxpayers, you need an income of approximately £93,600 per year. That's £7,800 every month before deductions. You are now earning more than roughly 95 out of every 100 taxpayers. But this is where the UK tax system really starts to become noticeable. Your estimated income tax bill would be around £24,872 per year. National insurance would take another £3,883, so altogether approximately £28,755 would be deducted. Your £93,600 salary would leave you with roughly £64,845 per year, and that's around £5,404 per month. You are earning almost £26,000 more than the person in the top 10% threshold, but your monthly take-home pay is only around £1,267 higher. That is because much of the additional income falls into the 40% tax band with national insurance added on top. Even so, earning more than £5,400 per month after tax is where life can really begin to feel significantly easier. You can potentially afford a good property, you can invest 1 to 2k every month, you can travel regularly without every trip becoming a financial crisis. An unexpected £1,000 bill is irritating rather than devastating, and that difference is one of the clearest signs of financial success. Money stops being an emergency management exercise. But even at this level, lifestyle inflation can destroy the advantage. You earn more, so you buy a more expensive car. You move into a bigger home. Your holidays become more luxurious. Your monthly commitments rise until £5,400 feels like it's just restrictive as £3,000 used to feel. This is why some people earning close to 100k still claim they do not feel rich. They are not necessarily lying, but they may be confusing a high cost lifestyle with a lack of income. At £93,600, you're objectively a very high earner. Whether you become wealthy depends on how much of that income you keep. Someone investing 2k per month on their salary could build a 7-figure portfolio over their working life. Someone spending everything may reach retirement with very little to show for decades of high earnings. So the top 5% is where you have enough income to become rich, but the income itself does not guarantee it. Now we reach the top 1%. This is where the numbers become much more extreme. According to HMRC's latest figures, you need an annual income of approximately £207,000 to enter the top 1% of UK taxpayers. That's £17,250 every month before tax. It sounds enormous, and it is, but the deductions are equally enormous. At this level, you lose your entire personal allowance. The allowance starts being removed once your income exceeds 100k and disappears completely by £125,140. You also pay additional 45% income tax on income above £125,140. On a £207,000 salary, the estimated income tax bill would be approximately £79,353. Employee national insurance would take another £6,151. That is a combined deduction of around £85,504 every year, more than the entire gross salary needed to enter in the top 10%. Your take-home pay would be approximately £121,496 per year, or around £10,165 per month. The government receives approximately £7,125 from your earnings every month before you even see the money. But keeping more than 10k per month still places you in a completely different financial position from most households. You can invest several £1,000s every month. You can afford a premium home, although perhaps not a mansion in central London. You can travel comfortably, you can pay for convenience, and you can recover from most normal financial setbacks without even changing your life. This is the first income level where I think it's fair to describe someone as income rich. But there's still an important distinction. Income is not wealth. A surgeon earning 207k with a large mortgage, private school fees, and 2 finance cars would have less freedom than someone earning 70k who owns their home and has a substantial investment portfolio. If the surgeon stops working, the salary stops. True wealth is what remains when you are no longer receiving a payslip. It is the ISA portfolio producing tax-free income, the pension compounding in the background, the business that can operate without you, the property with a small or non-existent mortgage, and most importantly, the number of months or years you could survive without working. This is why deciding whether someone is rich based purely on their salary can be misleading. A 200k salary can fund a rich lifestyle, but the only money that is saved and invested can create lasting wealth. So what is the final answer? Well, the official top 10 threshold is approximately £67,400. After income tax and national insurance, that leaves you with around £4,137 per month. The top 5% threshold is approximately £93,600. That leaves you with around £5,400 per month. And the top 1% begins at approximately £207,000. That leaves you with £10,125 per month. Top 10% gives you comfort, the top 5% gives you the opportunity to be wealthy, and the top 1% gives you the income to live rich now while also building serious long-term wealth. None of these salaries can protect you from poor financial decisions. The person earning 70k and consistently investing may eventually become richer than the person earning 200k and spending every penny. Your income determines how quickly you can build wealth. Your behavior determines whether you actually do. So rather than only asking, how much do I need to earn to be rich, a better question might be, how much of what I am earning am I turning into freedom?